I'm live from Grand Forks. It's Thursday night. Oh, that was so lame. I'm so sorry. I had water. There's water. Hey, I can't hear over this thing. This was a good idea at first, and now it's not so much because I can't hear over it. Anyway, hey, no, that's okay. That's fine. Hello, everybody. You've decided to join me this lovely Thursday night. I don't know why I'm going in and out of British. That's just what I do. I look like a hobo because I've been, well, a hobo all day. I've been writing all day. Hydration is important. Anyway, I've been hoboing all day because I've been working on my book. Got my woodwick candle here, and I have my cup of coffee, which you can't see. It's my Pomea cup mug because puns. And I have this really nifty wireless keyboard. Yeah, the British is going to come and go. I'm sorry. It's just wired. But I have this wireless keyboard, which is really nifty. It's hooked up by this little USB doohickey. So I don't actually have to be up here like typing. So it won't be annoying. So this will be in my lap and I'll be writing, but that's what's going on tonight. Is basically I'm working on my book. I didn't want to stop for the live stream, but I also didn't want to not do the live stream. So I figured, like, well, working on my book, I'm staring at the screen. Live stream, I'm staring at the screen. Why don't I just do 2 birds, 1 stone and work on my book while live streaming? It's going to be the most exciting live stream in the history of YouTube. I'm going to be sitting here staring at a screen and doing stuff. So I have my, oh, Phoenix asked where did I get my t-shirt. Oh, this is Mike's t-shirt. I steal all of his clothes because his jumbo t-shirt, well, they're not jumbo to him. They're jumbo to me. You know, they're nice. So I have this rigged so that I can pull my thingy up and work on it, and it's this way, so I can't see myself, but I can see your guys' comments on the side still, but still with my document pulled up here. So that'll be fun. And before I actually get started with this and just basically ignoring all of you to write something that's probably never going to be published. I'm kidding. It will be published maybe eventually someday. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys something really, really cool since we're talking about books. I got 2 pieces of fan mail in my P.O. box recently, both from the same person, and they are so cool. You guys will really like this. So she did all this little art on the envelope. Her name is Heather, by the way. And Heather, if you are watching, hello! Thank you for all this stuff. She sent this little Kingdom Hearts postcard with a lovely message on the back. And she did all this pixel art, which I think is just so neat and cool. So here's the Mario star. Here's a cup of coffee. How cool is that? She made one that says love. And here's like a little Starbucks cup of coffee. How cool. And, ooh, the star fell down. No, it's a falling star. Crap. Make a wish. All right, well, anyway, that's on the floor now. Okay, so she did a Slytherin one, too. Yay, Slytherin. I don't know if it's backwards for you guys. It's backwards for me, but the internet works in mysterious ways, so who knows. And this is an open book. Check that out. It's the open book emoji thingy. And on top of that, she also made these homemade bookmarks for me. There's a little... I love this thing. You stick it in the corner, you know? And there's one more. It got lost in here, I think. But here's another one. It's a little coffin with like little bat wings. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? And the other one that's in here is a little spider web corner bit, and it's got little blotchies on the other side. So she sent me those. Those are awesome. And I also got another one a few days later with other bookmarks. This is Timmy, the Skell Animals spider, and she made all of these. Check these out. They're little coffin-shaped bookmarks with little stringy doodles. So those will be awesome to have. Thanks, Heather. You are awesome. And by the way, if any of you guys want to send me mail, my birthday is next week. Woo. Yeah, my birthday is definitely on Wednesday, June 13th. I'm going to be an old woman. I'm already an old woman. Whatever. I'm going to be 34 years old. Ba-ba. So if anybody you want to send me like a birthday card or just anything special, you don't have to. I'm just saying if you want to. The address is P.O. Box 5943, Grand Forks, North Dakota 58206. After the live stream, the address will be in the description anyway. It might even be there now. I don't really know how this works. So anyways, that'll be fun. Oh, and on that note too, I wanted to say next week, I won't be doing the live stream on Thursday night. I'm so sorry, because I'm in the city band here and there's a concert that night. And I didn't know about it until practice on Monday. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do the live stream on Thursday. I might reschedule it or I might just skip a week. I don't know. So this is where I'm going to be doing my nose scratches. Remember how I said my nose is really itchy? Anyway. Dude, you're not late. You're right on time. I've only been doing this for like 5 minutes now or something. So, for all 25 of you who are geared up to, you know, watch me write, this is going to be so lame. It's going to be so boring, but there we are. And I can still see you guys' comments. So if you guys say stuff, I can see it. So I never promised this was going to be interesting, but a few people said they were up for it and some things might happen. I don't know. So what's going on right now is I already completed my first book like 5 times. And I'm going through it right now and revising it like a lot because there's nothing to do but kill time while you wait for agents to get back to you. So the best thing I figured I could do was improve it and just keep revising and editing and revising and editing, revising and editing, revising and editing. And until I get like this super polished, you know, airtight thing. So that is what I'm doing. And it's paid off so far because I've added several good parts. And I will not read you. I knew people were going to ask if I could read you any of it. And I'm so sorry, but I will not for a couple of reasons. One, because agents and publishers do not like it if any part of what they agree to represent or take on or potentially would, if it's already been, you know, leaked, essentially, whether published or otherwise, because then it's like they don't get the exclusivity to it. You see what I'm saying? So if I were to read you any of it, technically that's not publishing it because it would have to be like in print to be published, but it's still putting it out there so that if anybody potentially wanted to pick me up and they found this or wherever it would be leaked, they would know they wouldn't have the exclusive, you know, foothold on it. So there's that reason. And the second reason is because I don't want to, because it's like my baby and I want to wait to unleash it to the world, you know, all at once when and if it finally gets published. So, but the main reason was the first one. So, yeah. That's why, and I'm really sorry for that. But, and also people have been asking me about self-publishing. I'd rather not do that because I feel like, first of all, you make like no money with that. And this isn't about the money, but it's like, I feel like if I were to publish this, I want to do it right, you know, right. And I want to do it through the conventional means and the way that would feel most rewarding to me. Because I feel if I publish it myself, it's like, I don't know, I'm not giving the industry a chance to like actually weigh in on it. Like if I get rejected, like I got rejected a lot, lasted me to like rewrite the entire thing. I'm going through rejections as we speak, which is also prompting me to add in other parts and things. And I feel like if I'm just like cocky enough to be like, this is awesome, I'm just going to publish it myself, I don't need, you know, industries, I wouldn't be getting the most out of it that I would, you know, could get. So I feel like if I self-published, it would be like cheating myself out of an opportunity or something. So I don't want to self-publish yet. If it goes like another 10 years without getting published or something, then I might look into it. But for right now, I'm going to go the slow, patient, gratifying, you know, old way of trying to get actually published here. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Holly! Holly's watching! Hi, Holly! Oh my God, I got excited. Oh my God, yay! It's been so long since I've talked to you. I'm such a jerk friend, but this is what I do. This is what I do. I hermit. I don't talk to people. I'm live streaming me writing my book, and it's so boring. So this is why I suck as a friend. I'm sorry. Please don't leave me. I love you. So, yeah, I know Katrina's like, so any viewers a publisher by chance? Wink, wink. No, I know. That's why it's like, dude, if an agent or a publisher were just like, happen to catch one of these posts and there's like, you know, I think I'd really like to give the book a chance, but it's like, I'm not putting out what it is at all. So there's nothing to grab onto there. So I feel like that's not the best way to do it anyway. Anyhow, so the best I can tell you guys, I've dropped little things here and there. The best I can tell you guys about what the story is about is it's a middle grade / young adult. And the reason I say middle grade / young adult is because the main characters are a robust 13 years old. And that's an important number. It's not like, ooh, 13. I picked it because I'm edgy. It's like, it's actually relevant that they're 13. And so it's appropriate for, you know, middle grade people, and it's also, I feel like, appropriate for young adults, and I believe adults would enjoy it too. It's family friendly because you know me. And it's kind of it's like a fantasy, but not like a Lord of the Ringsy type of fantasy, and it's not even as far as like a Harry Potter type of fantasy. It's killing me to not tell you guys. You have no idea. I've kept it secret for like over a decade, and it's killing me to not reveal more key points to it. But there's a mystery involved. There is a mystery. It's not a mystery story per se, but the main character does get involved in like this, you know, kind of tangled web of, oh, what's this? There's more to this than what I thought in the first place, you know, and it's kind of a, it's fun. I think it's fun. Of course, I'm going to say that I wrote it, but you know, it's a fun time. So these kids, they're 13, are, it's so hard to like tell you without telling you, because I really want to tell you guys, because I feel like you guys would really like this story because it's right up your alley. Okay, so I loosely call it a gothic fantasy novel because it's not that either, but it is spooky. It involves kind of an alternate world, if you will, kind of like, I hate to compare it to freaking Harry Potter, but it's like that's the biggest thing that everyone knows about. So it's like a spooky form of that, and it's not as magic centric. It's just like its own thing, but it's like its own little kind of universe, you know, like Harry Potter is its own little universe, but this is like its own little universe too, in a completely different way. And it's a spooky universe. So all the people there are of the spooky persuasion. Stop yelling at me, Microsoft. I hate you. And there's a lot of puns because I like puns. But they're clever puns. You know, because I would never call myself not clever. That would be stupid. But I mean, they're like spooky puns. I'm like talking in circles and probably frustrating everybody. Yeah, I'm so sorry, you guys. See now, Diagon Alley, okay? That irks me. That's always been kind of a pet peeve of mine. I'm getting no writing done whatsoever. That's fine. I'm having fun talking to you guys. The Diagon Alley thing in Harry Potter has always kind of irked me because it's like, it's so obvious. It's like so freaking obvious, but that's me. I've always been kind of a word junkie. I'm like a super word junkie. Like I came up with, okay, I'm going to tell you guys one place in my book. Okay, get ready for this. I'm going to reveal the name of one of the places that's in this world that I created. Okay. Do you guys, most of you probably know what triskaidekaphobia is, right? It's the fear of the number 13. Well, now you know if you didn't. So I made a bakery called the Triskabakeophobia, where everything is baked by the baker's dozen. And if you don't know what a baker's dozen is, it's 13. So I put a little more thought into that than, you know, Diagon Alley, diagonally. I'm sorry. That just irks me. It's too simple. It's too easy. It's too obvious. And screw you, J.K. Rowling. You successful bastard. Anyway, this is not me talking down on J.K. Rowling. She's awesome. She's awesome. Harry Potter's awesome. I'm just a little bitter. A little salty as I stare at my Harry Potter themed closet. Anyway. So that's just an example of like the stuff that's going on there. And that's probably the most complex one. The other ones are pretty simple. I'm dying to tell you. I am so dying to tell you. This was a bad idea doing a live stream because I can't edit anything. Okay. So there's mansions involved. There's vampires involved. There's different secret passageways and secret little places. I love secret things. I've always been obsessed with like secret passageways, secret hiding places and stuff. Like my dad, when he built my room, he actually built a secret hiding cubby for me and that I could fit into, and a secret little wall thing that I had, you know, a poster, and I hid all my notes, I think, that people wrote me because I didn't have anything to hide in there, like, you know, but that's what I did. And I've been obsessed with secret passageways. Like when I went to Casa Loma when I was younger with my mom, there was a secret passageway, like in a wall, you know, staircase, and went up behind a fireplace. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I have to have this. And so I wrote stuff like that in there. And basically it's just a big, like, projection of all the coolest things I've ever thought of in my whole life. And I put it into a story, into a place with people and things. So there's a lot of nouns in this story. And it all came from this place that I just have been like nurturing my whole life, where a lot of it came from dreams, to be honest. I had dreams about, I have these really weird dreams where I have, say I can't tell you about the dreams because then it'll tell, I can't even see how many people are watching. There's probably like 8 of you left. Oh, 30. Oh, good. Okay. But, so, okay, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, here's another, all right, another spoiler. Here we go. My favorite character, and this is also Mike's favorite character too. Independently of each other, we decided this is going to be our favorite character. My favorite character in the whole book is this vampire, okay? Now, I don't like vampires. I don't. I've never liked them. I think they're cliche. I think they're corny. I think they're overdone. I don't like them. I prefer them to not be anywhere near anything literary that I'm reading or working on, or any movie or anything. However, I wrote in vampires because it applies, and this particular vampire, who is she's not the main character, but she's you know, secondary character. She is really cute and really clumsy and about as un-vampire-like as you could get. So there's that. I took it and I went, you know what? I'm not going to do this in a cliched way because I even hate that. And it's funny because she's just so, she's kind of scatterbrained and she's not really, basically the only thing vampire about her is, you know, the way she looks and of course how she lives. But she's adorable. She's absolutely adorable. And so she's my favorite character. She's Mike's favorite character too. And I am so not going to tell you anymore because my God. All right. So now I really hope agents and publishers don't watch this. So, so I'm on chapter 11 right now, I think. I'm going through. This thing is 74,872 words as I'm writing and editing and things. Hello. Oh, there's rhymes and mysteries and a mystery song and cryptic notes and stuff like that. I mean, this book is so complex. I don't really know. I mean, it's it's jolly good fun. So let me see. I am, oh, and there's a British fellow. I had to write a British guy in, and I did so much research. I would sit there and research for like 2 hours just to make sure one British phrase I was saying was accurate and like natural and came across as not forced or, you know, like an American wrote it. So I did a crap ton of research. I would always like I would just like write like one thing. It jumps around in time too. There's a lot of different time aspects of it. There's like a present time, and then there's like a part that takes place in the 40s. There's a part that takes place in the 1600s, and I had to like research stuff through all of those timelines where like I referenced a dumpster, I think, and I actually had to like stop everything, stop the presses, and go online and research if a dumpster even existed in the year that I was writing about it. And lo and behold, it did not. So I had to change that. That's one thing the internet is very good for. So, oh, you guys are so nice. You guys are being so nice. Let's see. My dream ever since I was around 10 years old has been to be a writer. Any advice? Alexis. Read. That's my advice if you want to be a writer, is read. Because nothing inspires me more than when I'm reading. If I sit and I read, I mean, you've seen my book collection. I read so much. And while I'm reading, it gives me ideas for stuff I could be writing. You know, not like I'm ripping stuff off, but like I think like, oh, this is a situation, this is where I would have gone with it. Well, why don't I? You know what I mean? And just that, not only that, you get used to the format and, you know, the language and the flow of how things go when you read, and it becomes familiar, and then it's a lot easier to do it yourself. And read whatever it is that you want to write. Like if you want to write mystery novels, read mystery novels, you know. That's why I read a lot of middle grade and young adult, because that's my forte. That's what I want to do. And also, write. Just do it. Like my first mistake that I made back when I first started trying to write, because I was like, I had this little kernel of an idea, which was this. And it's like, it's done a complete 180 since the first time that I wrote it back in 2004. Wow. Is you have to just write. Just don't think about, it's hard. It's really hard when you're first starting off to not think in terms of what are people going to want to read, what are publishers going to want to publish. You have to write what you want to write and don't think about anything else. Just write it how you want to write it, and then you can go back later and mess with it and fine tune it as you learn more or get feedback or learn what people are wanting, whatever. And as you get more ideas, that's what I did. It's kind of like drawing. You have to start with like a basic little just skeletal structure, and then you go back in and fill in like the meat, you know, and that's what makes it what it is. At least that's how I eventually learned how to do it. That's what works for me. I don't know how other people do it, but that's what works for me. So just write, just do it, write anything, like just practice. You can write about anything. Just write about how your day went, just write it, and then let your imagination take over and take it somewhere else and just see what happens. Just see what happens. Just don't think about, you know, how it's going to come out, or just the only person who has to read it is you, you know, as long as you want it that way. So just don't worry about anything except for what you want to come out, and don't worry about how it comes out, because you can mess with that later. I think Ernest Hemingway said, write drunk, edit sober. I don't recommend that, but I get his point. It's because you need to be uninhibited the first time out, and then when you go back, you can be analytical and critique it and fiddle with it and tweak it and change it and stuff. So I'm going to read some more. See, I'm definitely not even writing, and that's okay. I actually prefer to hang out and talk to you guys. Do you ever get lost in reading your own writing? That happens to me. I go to work on my book and end up reading the whole thing. Yes. Yes. I do. I sometimes will just get to reading it and forget, hello, you're looking for typos. You're supposed to be looking for like errors here, and get back. And I'll have to go back and, you know, start at the beginning of the chapter or whatever. So sometimes, yes, at this point, I've read this damn thing like 12 times, and I'm getting really tired of reading it, but it's what you got to do. You got to read your own thing like hundreds and hundreds of times until you're sick of it, but that's the only way to make sure that it's good. But yes, sometimes I do get absorbed with it, especially if it's a new part that I haven't read all that much. And I'm just like, ooh, what's going to happen next? I know what happens next. I wrote it. Yeah, but what's going to happen next? Like, it's weird. But anyways, so, let's see, what else do we have? You're welcome, Alexis. You know, hello to Radcliffe, Kentucky, and good luck with your own writing. Everybody who is writing, a lot of people tell me that they're writing right now. Good luck. That's about all I can say. Good luck, because nobody can tell you what to write. You know, nobody can really tell you how to do it either, because it's your own personal journey. And it's tough. It's so tough. Like, I'm kind of used to it now. Like, I started the second book, and I banged out like 6 chapters in a week of the second book, because I'm like, okay, now I know what I'm doing. I got the hang of it now, because I spent like 13 years on the first one, you know, and now I got it. I think I understand what I'm doing now, because you're kind of making up your own rules as you go for your own thing. I mean, there's no wrong way to write a story, just as long as it makes sense, you know, and actually tells a story. Like, really, those are the only parameters that I can think of, you know. So it's like you're making up your own universe of rules, and it's freaking hard, because like, if you're writing your own thing, there's nothing out there like it, you know. It's not like something that you can compare it to. There isn't a formula, you know, handy dandy guideline or template you can follow. It's like you have to do it yourself, and it's so scary. And half the time you spend thinking, like, am I even doing this right? And that's what I kept catching myself, and I had to keep telling myself, you're doing it your own way, so there is no wrong or right. Like, you're on your own, girl. Okay? So it took me a while to get used to that, but once I finally like got a thing that I was proud of and completed and made sense, I was like, okay, I think I got the hang of this now. And then I was able to write the second one just like nothing. I mean, I didn't finish the second one yet, but you know, it was a lot easier. So the first one is freaking hard. So there's that. So good luck for all of you writing, and getting published is another thing altogether. Once I learn more about that, I'll let you know. I'm still waiting. I've been waiting for 1.5 years now to get anything. I had my manuscript requested once, which is a huge deal. But they didn't like it, so they said no, and that's when I decided to rewrite the whole darn thing. But it was a big deal to have my manuscript requested, though. So that was a high moment for me. I was like, yay! That was 1 year ago, and I actually, since I changed it, I actually resubmitted to the same agent. I'm just like, okay, you requested my manuscript last year. You said no, and I rewrote it. So maybe try again. I haven't heard back yet, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But hopefully something happens. I think that would be marvelous to be published. But honestly, I kind of see the fact that I wrote it in the first place is just an accomplishment beyond anything that I could have, you know, ever seen coming, because I oftentimes leave projects unfinished because I feel like when I start something, I get it and I get the satisfaction out of it right away, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm done with this now, on to the next thing. And then I have so many half-finished drawings, half-finished cross stitches, you know, videos that never got put up, you know, things that I get excited about and then I abandoned. So the fact that I spent over a decade working on the same thing and actually finished it and have a completed thing that I'm proud of is a huge personal accomplishment for me. So I'm really happy that I even just pulled that off, you know. So if I get published, that'll just be like bonus, but this is just cool that I even did this. So I'm having fun going through and just sort of rereading it and editing it and all that stuff. So okay, so somebody asked, would you consider self-publishing? Okay, when the live stream is over, go back and like skip to like 5 minutes in, because that's when I talked about that. But no, I don't want to self-publish, at least not yet. That's the short version of the answer. 37 people still find me interesting. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, look at the machine behind me. That's wonderful. All right. All right. Well, this turned out to be not me writing at all, which is fine. But I think I am going to, just for a minute, just so you guys can like have a a live inside look at what I look like when I write. And I'm warning you, it's going to be a whole lot of, because that's how I tend to sit when I'm reading my stuff. So I'm going to just kind of finish going over this chapter. And yeah, somebody asked, can you tell us some details of your book? When the live stream is over, go back and watch the video. I told you all the details I'm comfortable sharing as of yet. In fact, I told you a little more than I'm comfortable sharing, but I did share some already. So other than that, I'm not going to share any more. So, okay. Now, you guys can keep commenting because I can see the comments over here. But I am going to continue to revise this little bit and have fun watching what I do and what I look like. Yeah, this is basically my go-to stance. I get a lot of pimples over here because I do this a lot when I'm like, anyway, okay. Okay, so he smelled a potato and it scarred him for life. And I'm not making that up. This character actually smelled a rotten potato and it scarred him for life. That's me thinking that I'm funny. All right, let's see. Oh, and this little old lady. This little old lady cracks me up. I love this little old lady. Stop talking. All right. This is what I did. See, I would read it out loud, but it's going to come out as shmish, 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 because I don't want you guys to hear what it is. So there's that. Potatoes with eyes scare me. But potatoes have eyes. Anyway, all right, let's see. Where the heck is the cursor? Oh my god. Yeah, I just that. I just caught myself. This is just a bad idea all around. Okay, so watch me look dumb. If you value your sanity, come with me if you want to live. All right, whoa. I went down too far. Hello. Okay. That was an italicized word, by the way. That's why I did it that way. Let's see. Oh, I used my catchphrase. Oh my god. But that's not true, because that doesn't describe her at all. Oops. Okay, well, whatever. Let's see if I can change that. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. Because the way I had it makes it sound like an insult, and I definitely don't feel that way about her. Okay. The British guy. Oh, I'm such a dope. Potato. Gina says, one of my friends posted a long post about a rotten potato she found after the smell couldn't be. Yeah, burn the house down. Yes, that's why I wrote about a rotten potato, because if you've ever had the displeasure of buying a potato or several and forgetting about them and leaving them in your cupboard or whatever, and they go bad, and then you have to like get them, they're all slimy, and it's like the worst thing ever. Freaking rotten potato. That's why I put it in the story, because rotten potatoes are so gross. Anyways, you know. No, you're not. No, you're not. All right. Sorry. Okay. Is this oh, this one girl. I wish I could tell you about her too, but I've said too much as it is. Oh, I want you guys to read. I wish that I could like. I wish I could just share it with you guys, because you guys are going to be like my best audience with this, because I know you guys are going to love it. And it's not because like oh, I wrote an awesome book, and of course you'll love it. Or, you know, just because you're my viewers. Like, I really, truly believe you guys will really, really like this book, because it's full of all of these things that I know most of you like, and it's what attracted you guys to me and my channel in the first place, is like the spooky thing and like the quirky, you know. So if you like me, you're gonna like this, because like I wrote this with everything that's in me. So it's, I don't know. I'm really, Oh, Anna asks, I'm here late, but when did you start writing this book? 2004. I do believe it was actually March. I don't remember what date, but March somethingth 2004 was when I physically sat down and typed the first sentence like a little gremlin in my basement. So that's what happened. Oh, fun story about the first draft of this. Like the first draft, I typed it on a Tandy computer, because back in 2004, like MacBooks and stuff weren't like readily available, and we didn't have a desktop computer. We didn't have that, and we didn't have any form of internet at all. We were very technologically dumb, for just the best way to put that. We didn't have any of that stuff. So my dad had given me an old Tandy computer. If you don't know what a Tandy is, just Google it. I'm not even going to go there. And it was a Word document on that, on which I started this thing. So there was no way, and this is a computer that took like floppy disks, you know, no USB, no memory cards, you know, no nothing, just floppy disks. So once I had this huge body of text, and I'm talking like 12 chapters or something, huge body. In order to transfer it, once I actually got a modern laptop, something like a year later, I physically had to set the laptop next to the computer and do one of these and like transcribe the entire thing word for word, because I couldn't actually like, you know, transfer it. I had to retype it like by looking. That was fun. That was a fun time. But since then, obviously, I've been able to just like email it to myself, download it again. I have it in like 15 different places on hard drives to make sure it's going anywhere. Katrina says, when it's published, you're going to read it to us. No, because when it's published, I want people to get the book. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that if it ever gets published, God willing, please let my book be published, that there will be an audio version, and I'll probably get somebody really cool to read it, you know, like Benedict Cumberbatch. That'd be cool. Anyway, no, you don't want to hear me read it. You don't, because I don't do well with the oratory delivery on that stuff. But yeah, you know, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but if it's ever published, I'm sure there will be an audiobook version, and because that's like the thing now. But somebody really cool will read it, and it won't be me, because no. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That was like the dumbest laugh I've ever done on live camera. Somebody reminded me of penguins. Benedict Cumberbatch. Thankfully, there's no penguins in this book, so that won't be an issue if it says penguins. Oh my God, I'm sorry. That was interesting. Oh my gosh. Hello to London, Queen Jasmine. Bleep. I'm not going to say your last name. That was my really bad British accent. Anyways. So I'm still like, literally, I've gone through this like half a paragraph because I keep stopping to talk, which is fine. That's making it not dull. Okay, let me finish this chapter. I have like 3 more sentences to go. 1 second. Okay. A sweet as sugar with looks to match. There, I read you some of my book. The end. All right, let's see. Clever as the Dickens, apparently. This person is too. Oh. This guy. Mike really likes this character, this dude, because he's old. Without getting too much detail, he's old. He's from the 40s. 30s and 40s. So he says all these really outdated phrases, and that's Mike's favorite part. He's like, I just love that this guy says all these old words. So I had to like research some of them, but some of them I just know because I grew up watching like really old stuff with my mom. So I know all these like really old, outdated slang phrases and stuff. So this guy tends to talk like that, and it's amusing. So I hope nobody can translate what I'm saying because I just gave like 1,000 spoilers in that little mumble. Okay. That's how this chapter ends. Shut up. That's how the chapter ends. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I know it's like so, I don't know, something to laugh at my own material, but it's funny and I forgot about it, and it's funny. So there you go. Okay. I think we've had enough of this because I can't get any work done while you guys are here because you guys are, it's just like Mike. When Mike's in the room, I'm like, I'm gonna write. So what you doing? Like I can't. I have to be alone. Oh my god. This candle is awesome. It smells like apples. Oh. Why do I sweat? You guys always make me sweat. Every single time I've done a live stream now, I have just been like covered in sweat. It's ridiculous. Like I don't do this when I'm alone or if I'm like without the thing and I'm just like sweating like crazy. I don't understand. You guys make me nervous. You don't make me nervous. I'm serious. It's fine. Have I ever written a typewriter? Yes! Yes! My mom had a typewriter. This is a freaking yes. I used to write all the time on my mom's typewriter. It was a good time. That's about all there was to that story. But yes, I used to write on my mom's typewriter a lot. So I'm losing like everybody, which is fine. I'm gonna blow this out because it's hot. That's pretty. Anyways, I think I'm actually going to just go ahead and end this now because I really do need to get some work done because if anybody actually requests my manuscript, everybody cross your fingers, say a prayer, light a candle, whatever. I need to have it ready. So I have about 103 more pages to go. So I need to get that done. So thanks for hanging out with me. I know this wasn't the most entertaining live stream ever, but I appreciate those of you who were here and indulged me and listened to my symphony of strangeness. Excuse me. Anyways, just a reminder, next week I will not be doing the Thursday Night Live, unfortunately, because I have a band concert that night. So if I reschedule it, I'll let you know. Just keep an eye on my Facebook page and my Twitter. Excuse me. But more than likely, I'm just going to skip a week. So, but I'll put up other videos in the meantime, I'm sure. So thank you once again for hanging out. You guys are awesome. And thank you very much for all the support. And just, you know, say a prayer to the powers that be that my book gets picked up because that would be freaking awesome. And then you guys can all know what the heck I'm talking about. So, all right. I will see you guys later. And bye. Go!